Hi, I'm Alex McCord, and welcome to The Real Deal on thestir.com. Today we go deep into the wrap-up of the Housewives of New Jersey Season 5, but before we do that, let's go down to Miami for Adriana Demora's very long wedding. Oi, I think that this episode of Miami was engineered to make everyone hate Adriana. For me, hate's a strong word. I just didn't care anymore. When any grown woman whines so much about how busy and stressed she is, she needs a permanent timeout. Whether it was Adriana's fault that her wedding ran 3.5 hours late, or whether she had help from producers, I just wanted the wedding and the episode to be over. At the church, guests waited 90 minutes. If you're stuck anywhere for 90 minutes, an airplane, an elevator, a wedding, you just want it all to be over. You want to leave. Having attended a few reality-filmed weddings, I can tell you there's a lot of sitting around. They don't want guests to go anywhere. Everything runs late. There's no food because they hold that back for filming, but there are plenty of drinks so everyone gets really hammered. Those poor guests. Not only did they have to change clothes between the church and the reception, they didn't have anywhere to change. They had to change in their cars or in gift shop dressing rooms. And I wondered, how did that happen? Because a few episodes back, the wedding planner stated that they would have a hotel suite for guests to change. But not at the wedding. It was nowhere to be seen. So what happened? Did producers cancel it to get everybody angry? If I were Lisa Hochstein, I would have left to go and have sex with Lenny in the hot tub. You see, Dr. Lenny, after 6 hours of wedding waiting, was ready to go home at the door. He probably had to operate in the morning. Lisa dragged him back into the reception and told everyone that they were having issues with their relationship. She mentioned work, she mentioned hormones and stress. I think the work was probably filming. It's filming that's causing stress with them. I felt that the entire cast of Miami had a filming hangover this week. It's episode 10 and they're done. Done with filming, producers, schedules, people behind the scenes trying to engineer stuff like Oz behind the curtain. D-O-N-E, done. I wonder how that will carry over to them filming their reunion later this week. Now, typically a reunion is an audition for the next season, but do you think there's going to be a next season with Miami? They are the lowest rated Housewives franchise ever, lower than Washington, D.C. Well, enough about Miami for now. Let's get back to New Jersey. Wow, between part 2 of the reunion, the lost footage, and all the gossip this week, there's a lot to cover in New Jersey. First, Caroline Manzo is out. She's donezo. Here's what I think. You know, she's filming a pilot for Bravo, so best case scenario, it becomes a hit spinoff. Worst case, it's a golden handshake. Either way, I'm sure she's thrilled to be free of the drama. Which brings us to number 2. Her sister, Dina Manzo, is considering a return to the Housewives. Whoa. Now, I don't think there's any way in the world Caroline and Jacqueline and Dina would be on a future season together. It's been widely reported that viewers are tapped out with family killing each other and their children on TV. Here's the thing. When you are friends for pay, you can separate TV from real life a little. You don't have to see these people when you're not filming. They don't know your mom and your uncle and your nieces. They're not at your weddings and your funerals. With family, not only can you not avoid all that poison, and I don't mean Joe Gorga's poison, but all that TV and press fighting seeps into all your extended family members and stays there. Fans and other cast members can also get between you and your loved ones. And when the show's over and the fans and everyone go away and lose interest, those family wounds are still there. So, we know Caroline's out. I predict it will be either or with Jacqueline or Dina. As far as fighting family members, Bravo have all they can handle with the Giudices and the Gorgas. Speaking of which, wasn't it telling that Joe Gorga told Teresa that maybe one of the reasons he joined the show was because he missed his sister, whom he hadn't seen for 2 years while she was filming? I'm sure there was a healthy dose of Melissa wanting to be on TV as well, but that statement kind of rang true from Joe Gorga. During the filming period, the only people you see are cast members and producers. And if people are not involved with filming, you don't see them until you've wrapped. There's just not enough time in the day with reality filming and real life work and kids, all of it. Yes, I could see the Gorgas joining to be a part of it. Part of filming and the glamour, sure, but also closer to their family. Talk about a case of be careful what you wish for. Whatever decision they make with casting, they'll have to do it quickly if they want to see season 6 filmed. They need to get going ASAP so that they can wrap up in the spring, so that the Giudice's court case can be either toward the end or the finale of that season. Teresa and Joe's legal problems were the centerpiece of part 2 of the reunion. Andy and the cast concentrated their sympathy for what this is doing to their family and the fear and pain they must be feeling. I have to say, though, I did wonder whether Teresa was testifying in advance by saying she had no idea how this happened and she doesn't know how they got into this situation, doesn't know how it came about. Joe, for his part, wants it all to go away. Strangely, I felt more sympathy for them before watching this episode. I hope I'm alone in that. Either way, I would not wish this situation on my worst enemy, and I wish the best solution for them. On a lighter note, we were treated to part 1 of the Lost Footage this week. Oh, I love Lost Footage episodes. It's a bunch of delicious off-topic randomness. In this case, like camel milk, drunken homework help, and sexual couples yoga. Clearly, in New Jersey, they don't need to put sex on the calendar like they do in Miami. Also, the fashion showdown between 2 friends of the Housewives, Jen Dalton and Kim D, had me laughing and realizing I dodged a bullet. What do I mean? Well, earlier this year, I walked in a fashion show with Little Kim the singer and Janice Dickinson. Jen Dalton was Little Kim's assistant that night. She grabbed me backstage. She told me she was joining the cast of the Housewives of New Jersey and would I please come to an event she was throwing. I declined because it was being filmed. I didn't want to dodge cameras or fists. And watching that fight, I made the right decision. I loved seeing the looks on all the main cast members' faces. Caroline, Teresa, and the rest couldn't decide whether to tell these 2 part-timers to shut up and stop hogging focus, or, as Teresa put it, somebody's fighting and it's not us. Finally, in the gossip mill, did you hear that Penny and Johnny the Greek are lawsuit happy? They didn't like how they came across on camera, so they are suing the Gorgas, the Loritas, Bravo, Sirens Media, who produced the show, and NBC Universal. Hey Johnny, you forgot Comcast. Seriously, I think suing producers, the network, and the parent company is a first, where day players disregard the release they signed preventing lawsuits and sue anyway. If this suit is not dismissed, watch out. The floodgates will open with disgruntled housewives, part-timers, and day players. Reading the list of potential plaintiffs will take longer than Adriana Demora's wedding. Let me know what you thought in the comments. And join me tomorrow for all things Atlanta. For now, I am Alex McCord. You are watching The Real Deal on thestir.com. See you next time.